Team it's my airmate. Alright, let's get back to this video.
Don't bother me, I'm working.
Philadelphia.
Don't bother me, I'm working. Don't bother me, I'm working. Don't bother me, I'm working.
The 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
Welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. And we've now reached critical mass for this very exciting NBA season. Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. This Cleveland group has been getting things done. What a start to the season it's been for them. So many teams are sort of...
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, our game analyst. And before the tip-off,
well, this matchup was a win the first time these two teams met, and he said,
thank you, David. And tonight's topic, the 7-game playoff series. You look at college, the one-and-done format does add some suspense. Instant elimination.
Doris Burke, let's go.
Would you like to see the NBA shorten the length of any of the playoff series?
No, you know, Kevin,
Alright, I put on 6 minutes, so
the early rounds were 5
yeah.
games, so you only had to win 3. To be honest with you, I think the best measure of a series is who is the best of 7. I like the format. I know that we need to figure out maybe the starting date as moving that back a little bit earlier, but I like the playoff series as is.
If it is a 7-game series, it to me gives legitimacy. Yep, that's the team that should be moving on.
There's no question about it.
Here's the start.
wait.
Starting group for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They've got LeBron James. Clutch out there with Z. Then there's Channing Frye. And it's Thompson in at the center position.
And really, not much else you can do against Simmons. Back close to the cup. This guy just too clever.
Here's Clutch. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Yeah, and that's exactly why he needs to become the primary focus for that defense right away. Try to cool him off before he gets too hot.
Aussie's checked in for the Cavaliers. About a minute played so far. Here in the first. Bayless with it. 11-point game his last outing. Here's Clutch. And that one is off. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. Home court didn't seem to help any last time they met. We'll see if it makes a difference this time.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
Well, so many of their problems stem from turnovers. They simply could not take care of the ball. and it cost them in that matchup.
Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
And the vertical of Simmons, an extraordinary dunker when given the chance to shine.
Yep, it counts. 6 points for Clutch.
Boy, that's 4 for 5. Terrific start for this offense.
Got a piece of it. And they're running. And Thomas goes, jamming that one home.
KK got careless with the ball there, and the turnover.
God, who is this now?
To the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then
Okay, I'll agree with that. Game.
Explosiveness converting at the other end. That's a great beginning. 3 for 3 from the floor.
And Cavs coach Tyronn Lue very comfortable in his own skin.
I don't even know why Fried dribbling.
Intimidated to coach his superstar talent.
Look, Kevin, as you know, the best coaches in this league hold everyone accountable. And remember, Ty Lue has known LeBron since LeBron James was in high school. And you have to love that he engages the big three in conversation, making sure all three are comfortable.
Out in his own on the break. All alone.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Here's Ross.
Got him. Ah, I blew that shot. I got Ben Simmons' ankles. He says
from past the arc, trains the three-pointer.
Look at the man. That dude was leading. He said so.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Well, they hit the ground running, and not just on the offensive end. Their defense has been brilliant.
That could have been a steal.
That is his first foul of the game. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Philadelphia. T.J. McConnell comes in for Jared Bayless. And Cleveland also making a change. Thomas is checked in. Splitter is checked in for Joel Embiid. And we take a look here at the shot chart.
Well, that is what it looks like when you are in the zone. He's been very efficient with his scoring and is leading the way for his team on offense. With every make, you can see the confidence growing. And I don't think he'll slow down anytime soon.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
And he sure can get off the floor.
He's one of the best in the business, absolutely. Here's Thomas. Here's Boss. Last time.
How come I always blew the shot?
That shot, guys, but you know he'll take it again if he gets another good look.
Covington's got himself on the 3 there.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key. Undrafted out of Tennessee State, Robert Covington has become a nice find for the Sixers. You know, that saying the 3-and-D small forward. I mean, they see it really as a foundational piece going forward. And I think he has more versatility. He's not just the 3-and-D guy. This kid's continuing to improve and showing a lot. And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. And there's the call on ball. That's his first. Anderson, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Cleveland also making some changes. LeBron's checked in for Fry. Smith comes in for Z, and it's Corver in for Boss. McConnell kicks to Anderson. McConnell passes to Anderson. From deep. It's rebounded by Cleveland. They want to keep it rolling here.
LeBron James.
Dallas.
Let's go.
Wow.
He slams that hard.
The showman with an exceptional slam there.
LeBron be going crazy with those dunks, like for real. That's what I like about him.
Splitter sets a screen. Covington passes to Holmes. Back to Covington. Soft touch off the glass. Covington's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, there it is again. On a lot of their possessions.
Here we go, LeBron again. Let's go.
Inside position. Wow, we are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. 35 seconds left to play here in the first. 8 away. Holmes can't get it to go in.
It wasn't wide open.
LeBron
That's the
again.
look he's got to create, guys. He's
Oh,
got to
no.
his teammates count on him.
Here's McConnell. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. To the left side wing. And it's Covington atop the key. 6 to shoot. And Thomas over to help. Here's McConnell. And a great job by Vitti contesting that shot and forcing the miss. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
Really active hands early on here as they're able to acquire several steals.
The activity allowing them to pressure the ball, jump into passing lanes, anything they're doing to disrupt the offense.
On the floor for Cleveland, getting going here in the second. Boss is out there with Z. Then there's Tristan.
Let's go.
It's Clutch, and it's Korver in at the shooting guard position.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And the 76ers making a change here. Sarge is checked in. Well, they talk about basketball IQ, Doris, all the time from a point guard and broadcaster perspective. How would you, I'd be interested in this, how would you define clutch?
You know, I think you can see a player who has played the game from their earliest. Like, I picked the game up at 7 years old when I moved next door to a park. And when you play the game from that young an age, there's just this natural understanding of the nuance of the game. Like, my son has played golf since the time he was 2 years old. He's been on a golf course. There's a nuance, there's a feel for it that you can't teach. It's been developed because it's been a part of who you are for such a long time.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kyrie Irving was a virtuoso ball handler when he came into the league. He could penetrate at will and get to the rim. But with all the injuries over the years, he's made an adjustment to that. He said, I enjoy finishing around the big men, but honestly, I'm trying to stay off the floor. I'm not going to stop trying to get to the basket, but with the big men we have, I don't have to do it every single time. We all learned that lesson over the years, Kevin.
Pay the price going in there, don't you, D.A.? Thank you. A shot's good from Bayless.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Shoots it. It's all in by Saric. The 76ers trail by 15. To the middle. Here's Okafor. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And Jahlil Okafor, really a throwback in a lot of ways. You know, when you think about some of the low-post giants that our game has seen. I mean, 6'11", over 270 pounds, tremendous hands and footwork, and he can take defenders to school on that low block. Going to continue to have to improve his passing, particularly out of double teams, and ability to face up a little more. But, again, this is a guy with a tremendous amount of ability moving forward.
Here's Clutch. Bayless covering. That one drops for him. 20 points for Clutch.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
And they say post play is a bit of a lost art. It's hard to do effectively against modern NBA defenses. Do you think Okafor will be successful, Greg, playing that kind of style?
You know, he'll have to develop his passing to punish teams who bring help. They have to surround him with shooters.
How's that?
If not, then there's no penalty for swarming him inside.
Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Sarge. And Cleveland also making a change. Channing Frye's checked in for Clutch. Timeout called the 76ers.
No.
Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
Absolutely. Their challenge is to find a way to close off that lane without completely ignoring the perimeter.
Clutch, he's checked in for Zeke. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for Philadelphia.
Come to my Michael.
Love to spread the floor with shooting. A lot of three-point attempts, and that's been the league-wide direction, and this group has been no exception.
Quarter two, and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Embiid the screen. There's Bayless with the three. Goes back up. And Embiid lays it in.
What a competitor. Went to the glass hard for the putback, made sure that wasn't a wasted possession.
Cleveland leading by 15. And the 76ers setting an all-time record for patience as far as going young, Greg, and building through the draft. There's been a lot of losing along the way.
Yeah, and a lot of questions to their strategy. I mean, but the front office said their philosophy was trying to plant an orchard from seed. They didn't want to buy apples, I guess. They wanted to grow them from the ground up. Boy, they better get that harvest moving fast.
You know, after draining a three-pointer in the first, he's been unable to capitalize since.
Dishes it to Bayless. The shot, no good. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. They led by as many as 18 points. Next up for them, the Bucks in Milwaukee. That will conclude their brief two-game road trip. Got a piece of it. Okafor dishes to Bayless. He kicks to Embiid. Passes to Okafor. Over to the left wing. Shot clock at 6. Simmons with it. Now defended by Korver. No good from Simmons. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. And the shot goes in. And that's now 24 points for Clutch.
But you talk about rhythm. He's lighting it up in this quarter, fueling this lead.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Floats one. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. And some changes here for the 76ers. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Okafor. And Robert Covington subbed in for Anderson. Cleveland also making some changes. James checked in for Thompson. Smith comes in for Kyle Korver. And Thomas subbed in for Clutch. There's 1:40 left in the second quarter. Smith kicks to Fry. There's the pass to Thomas. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. He dishes it to Smith. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Boss. Rebounded by Covington.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
I'll tell you, just his mere presence inside, his instincts for altering shots, exceptional.
Three-pointer. Buries the long-range jumper. Boss has got 10 points in the game.
He's doing everything he can to help stretch this lead. He's working hard, converting at a high percentage of them. Nice.
And Bayless kicks to Covington. The Cavaliers pull it in.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
There's 42 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Boss. Oh, look out, and then you throw up stuff like that.
Wow.
And you go, oh my, how does it even go in? He pulls a Houdini.
Oh, my goodness.
This guy's impossible.
There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That's his first foul. Some changes for Philadelphia. Splitter comes in for Simmons.
I don't know, throw stuff like that.
Z's checked in for the Cavaliers.
How does it go in? Go in.
Pressure on the interior defenders with their work low.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. From deep. Look at that shot. How did that go in?
Where does he pull that from?
Here's McConnell. He's guarded by Thomas. And it goes on a bounce. That one is off Smith.
Checking in for the 76ers, Dario Saric.
Three from the inbound. It's hauled in by Fry. From deep three-point range, got it off in time, but it's no good. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Cavaliers on top as they end the second quarter with a tremendous 17-6 run. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. We've been watching a pretty lopsided game through the first half, that's for sure. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined again by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It was all about Cleveland as the game got going. You could see the daggers in their eyes as they went on a 10-4 run to start things off. Looking at the scoring breakdown, they ended up going wire to wire in the first quarter, never once giving up their lead. Then in quarter number two, it was all hands on deck, and what a show it was. Quality execution, good efficiency, some tremendous defensive play helped them take a decisive advantage, and they're running away with this one. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
Well, the bench came in and helped them run away with this one. Tremendous job of getting loose, getting open, and drilling shots. You always want that spark off the bench, and these guys deliver.
Shaq, what'd you think about Philadelphia?
Well, they were playing like it was Christmas, Ernie. Giving up a lot of turnovers. There's no excuses for the turnover numbers, sloppy ball handling. They look out of control, and the execution was all over the place.
And that about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. Yeah. I think Kevin Harlan should call the second half. How about you?
I agree.
Yeah, just like he did the first half.
Downtown Philadelphia, as seen from high above. Welcome back to the Cradle of Liberty, as we like to call it here on 2K. Here in eastern Pennsylvania. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. What can you say? Clutch, an impressive effort here today.
I just love the tenacity on the defensive side. I mean, his play on D has been a huge factor for them as he continues to get steal after steal.
You know, he's been incredibly disruptive, and a lot of that due to his great instincts.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at the 76ers. Jarrett Bayless is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Simmons. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's Saric in at the 4. To the inside. Here's Covington. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
You know, for the Cavs, it's obviously taken some time for them to develop the chemistry between their, quote, big three and understanding how to integrate the talent of all of them into their offense. There's only one ball, and with all that scoring ability, I think it can be a little bit of a challenge to keep them all in the mix.
Here's Clutch. Bayless covering.
Uh-oh, double team, double team.
Here's Clutch.
Double team action.
Plays it
Let's go.
Without an inch of room around him. Clutch has got 5 points now in the quarter.
I mean, he was great in his last game. Clearly, he has not lost that love and feel.
No, he's having one of those stretches where you just have to stand back and admire the work he's putting in on the basketball court.
Yeah, easy call.
The 76ers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And it seemed like down the stretch last season, the Cavs' big three started to find more comfort playing together, wouldn't you say?
I don't think there's any doubt, Kevin. And sometimes it's your chemistry off the court that breeds it on the court. As you become closer with players personally, you start to trust them as individuals. It enables you to play for one another as opposed to with one another.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
Timeout. Start it.
Look at Clutch. He's really been playing well.
He's just really a one-man wrecking crew down low. And with this timeout, they've got to make some adjustments because he's been steady inside.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Back to Covington. 13 feet away. The 76ers with another miss. Cleveland's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Here's Clutch. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Covington in the corner. Takes a three. And that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless. Covington's got 10 points.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Here's Clutch. Good on the three-point shot. Clutch has got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for Cleveland.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
So much in the modern NBA game right now involves speed, especially at that point guard position. Doris, you played it and played it well. Who do you think is the hardest player to stay in front of in the NBA?
Yeah, there'd be a lot of guys on that list, but I think probably I would say Steph Curry. I mean, the mastery of the handle that he has. I mean, there are other guys. Look at Isaiah Thomas, his ability to be a big shot maker. He changed that franchise because he could close games, but just the most difficult individual contest on a night-by-night basis because of the range and the handle is Steph Curry.
The handle, it creates such space, which to me is just amazing what he does in terms of getting just that extra 6 inches to fire away.
Right, and he puts defenders on skates,
yes.
And they screen so well from Kevin, and you're right. You give them just a crease of daylight, and that thing's in your eye, as you like to say.
The 76ers making a switch here. Okafor's checked in. Then for the Cavaliers, Kyle Korver. He's checked in for Thompson. And it's Boss in for Clutch. Boss. That 3 off the mark. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And Kyle Korver picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Philadelphia. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Embiid. Justin Anderson comes in for Simmons. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Jared Bayless. And Cleveland also making a change. Isaiah Thomas is checked in for Zeke. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Fry's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
No, I mean, exactly. That's not an easy area for him to operate in with that kind of defensive setup. A nice job to get it up and over the bigger guy.
Splitters checked in for Philadelphia. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Smith is checked in. Shot from the inbound. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You know, last season, LeBron's lowest three-point percentage since his rookie season. He's still very efficient as a scorer, obviously, and he's still probably the most fearsome finisher in the league.
And for LeBron, there was that stretch where his field goal percentage, Doris, improved season after season, more or less for decades straight, peaking in 2014.
Kevin, that is truly remarkable and an impossible trajectory to keep and sustain. And of course, this Cleveland team has taken some time to gel offensively. You do not play in a vacuum. Individual success always follows team success.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. The 76ers shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. First one falls for them. Doris, you were quite a player in college in the Big East with Providence. What important lessons did you learn when you were at that school in that difficult conference and leading one of the good programs in the country?
Yeah, I think I learned that hard work is necessary to success, that teamwork is important, that you have to be coachable, Kevin, that you got to be able and willing to work with the people beside you. I learned so many lessons while playing at Providence.
I bet you can't separate the two. What was more enjoyable for you, coaching at your school or playing?
I don't even know how is that a foul.
Kevin, I knew that when I was representing Providence, I wanted to do it with pride.
You were blessed.
No doubt.
They were blessed. Love's check in for Cleveland. Here's James, and the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
The strength of LeBron is something that is never going to go away, and it will always allow him to finish plays like that.
LeBron James, Doris, known obviously as a great leader. In fact, Mike Miller, one of his teammates, called him the best teammate in the world. Last season, he was called to task for some of his actions.
Right. Well, Kevin, there were some social media messages which seemed to be sort of criticizing his teammates in some measure, hanging out with Dwayne Wade and talking about getting different teammates. And, of course, between the lines, he was as great as ever. You know, the message from the coach, clear. Focus on your team. Keep it in-house.
Philadelphia has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. McConnell kicks to Anderson. Here's Holmes. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
You know, looked like there, guys, he just sort of wasn't paying attention to the play, his surroundings. Those can be costly mistakes depending on the game situation.
James in the post. Holmes on him. It's good. And that's 15 points for LeBron.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Here's McConnell. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
LeBron drives in, and that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Bro, really?
And Philadelphia making a change here. Henderson's checked in.
And for the Cavaliers, third time was that charm, right? 3 finals appearances in their last 46 years as a franchise, and they finally win the title. To hang that banner, guys, what a tremendous accomplishment.
And there's the call on James. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. He will go to the line to shoot 2. For Philadelphia, they have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
Right side, Thomas. Outside for Korver. Right wing. James in the post. And it's good. 2 points.
Yeah, simply doesn't seem to matter how many players LeBron has around him on the inside. He finds a way.
There's a whistle and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. He will go to the line to shoot 2. The 76ers have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them. They can't make the second free throw either. Missing both. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Cavaliers on top, running away with it. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the 4th quarter. Next. And we're getting underway here in the 4th quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. The 76ers shooting 41% for the game. On the court for Cleveland. They've got him on Shumpert. Kevin Love out there with Jefferson. Then there's J.R. Smith. And it's Irving at the 1 spot. By Okafor. Pass to Henderson. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Here's Irving. Shumpert gets a wide open look. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Shumpert's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Cavs. Here's McConnell. Well, we've seen this league grow year in and year out, changing year to year, evolving year to year. Doris, what do you think of the 3-and-D player type of player we see?
Well, I think first and foremost, obviously, the three-point shot has changed the equation in the NBA. It's hard to win without it. But I look at a guy like Klay Thompson, who, when he came into the league, said he thought his ceiling was that he'd be a 3-and-D type player. I think if you have those two abilities, then your ceiling is much higher than you think it is. To me, Klay Thompson has got to start thinking of himself as an MVP caliber player, because I think he is that.
You think it's a mindset then?
I do indeed.
What about the big player who thinks that way too? Now that to me isn't like the Draymond Green 6'7", 6'8", 6'9" guy.
Well, how about that guy? And there's guys in college basketball that remind me of Draymond Green. And what separates Draymond is his intellect and his willingness to say, I'm not going to let my size limit my effectiveness on the NBA level. I can play because I know I can pass it. I can shoot it. My vision is terrific. I can put it on the deck. If you can be a multifaceted player, you've got a chance to succeed in the NBA.
Well, that was well said. And so many former players do go into broadcasting after their playing days. And Doris, when did you know that was a possibility for you?
Oh, I fell into this business, Kevin. Make no mistake, because I'll tell you, I had it all going on in college. Bad hair, bad clothes, bad teeth, you name it. Only thing I cared about in college was whether my jumper could match my dribble drive.
But you made the great transformation.
I'll tell you, I fell into it. I left coaching at Providence, and they put their games on radio and said, hey, why don't you give this a try? And little by little, sure, you know, a little bit here, a little bit there, and next thing you know, I'm calling NBA games.
And we know coaches are so prepared. It comes out in your broadcast, too. I'm sure you have the same mindset toward broadcast that you did coaching.
Well, I think, you know, if you're going to have any kind of success in life, it's about how much are you willing to pour into what you do. And because the game has always meant so much to me, you know how it is. We don't consider what we do work.
Right.
Preparation is fun. Watching games is fun. Calling games is fun.
Well, it comes out in your broadcast.
Boy, that's good ball movement down low to set up that bucket.
Here's Clutch, and he bangs it home with one hand.
And how's that for some ups coming from that one?
Well, he is a rarity among NBA point guards in his ability to elevate.
But how much more dynamic is your backcourt when you add that element of elite athleticism?
Here's Stauskas. The three. And Shepard pulls it down.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Count that bucket. Clutch has got 38 points.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Picked by Okafor. McConnell takes to Stauskas. Okafor against Love. Fades and shoots and misses it off the right side of the rim. For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Here's Clutch with the runner. Love the pass to Smith. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Clutch, and he slams it one-handed.
I tell you what, you've got to build a wall around the bucket to keep this man from attacking.
And Greg, even then he might just go over it. Check out the elevation he gets here. My goodness. That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. And Cleveland making a change here. Thompson's checked in. Picked by Okafor. Here's Stauskas, covered by Smith. Yep, that one goes.
I'm not sure how he got that shot to fall. That was a tough one.
Cavaliers have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. From 13, and it falls over the rim and in. Here's Clutch.
He lucky.
To the inside. And it's good. Off through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Man, what about the strength from Thompson there to go up, take the hit, still convert the play? Nice.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. And Tristan Thompson, one of the premier offensive rebounders in the game. Second overall, in fact, in offensive rebounds last year.
Look, Kevin, this is a guy who makes his living around the rim. He runs rim to rim, terrific on the pick and roll. He's a smart cutter, does a good job lurking on the baseline for drop-offs or second chance points.
Anderson dishes to Splitter. 76ers moving the ball around. And McConnell gets it to go.
You know, that's strong teamwork, leading right to the basket. He put it in the shooting pocket at just the right time.
Kicks it out to Love. Korver passes to Clutch. And it's McConnell with the rebound.
He just didn't have enough strength to complete that shot.
In the corner, it's Splitter. Pass to McConnell. Smith against Anderson. Picked by Okafor. Clock at 6. The Cavaliers pull it in.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Cavaliers.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Great timing, anticipation. They got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum of this game.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup. And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Clutch.
Well, you have to admire the defensive job he did. Showed how you can really change a game with your defense, and that helped propel their offense to me. Gave them a lot of key extra possessions to work with.
And 1:01 left here in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 6. McConnell kicks to Anderson. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. Okafor.
A terrific job. Thompson relying on his length to get his arms up and challenge the shot.
Jacks up a 3. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, once it got to crunch time, out came that killer instinct. They flat out dominated to put it away.
And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain
You
possession.
keep on saying, what are you doing, bro? That's annoying, though.
.34 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one.
Well, it's been an aspect of his game he's been criticized for, but you have to love the defensive effort to challenge that shot by Kevin right there.
And really no better feeling than to go on the road and play this well and get the win.
In front of a hostile crowd, they showed absolutely no fear. This was a statement victory on every level.
Here's Boss. From deep three-point range, can't connect. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory.
Thanks very much, LeBron. Congrats on the win. Where do you go mentally when you're in a rhythm like you were tonight?
It's a zone you get into, and you know, it's kind of unexplainable. You know, and you try to go out there and you feel like it's nothing that you can't do. You know, and hopefully the momentum just continued to go throughout the whole quarter, and it did. And not only did it open up for me, opened up for the rest of us too.
I know that's got to be empowering, LeBron. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. And as the fans file out of the building, now time to head over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thanks, Kevin. Now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Clutch. What you have to like in that final period, he rose to the challenge, put the team on his back, and was more than willing to carry him across the finish line.
Well, he went for 40+ like it was no big deal. Even with the defense using every imaginable resource to stop him, they couldn't do it. They tried to focus on him, get him out of rhythm, just not working. He's just too good.
I know a thing or two about high field goal percentages, but his was insane tonight. Tells you about the quality of the looks he was getting. But even when the shot was contested, he still found a way to get it to go. Excellent game tonight.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, for Kevin Harlan, and for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. I hope you have a wonderful, even beyond wonderful, spectacular, just great. I mean, see you.
Good night.
Sorry. Milwaukee Bucks next game. Let's get ready for that. Go win anyway.